my main thing is wanted to teach people about market sentiment and movement, because a lot of people, and again, not bash out, won't be bashing out on anybody using not bashing out on anyone using indicators and so forth, but in this field, you should really know market sentiments and why things are happening before before you throw an indicator up. I was gonna go to something else, but I saw someone post something in a group with Heikkanashi and a whole heap of different things going on the chart. And like I said, probably they could read it and they understand what's up, but I think a lot of people put stuff on their chart that they don't really understand and how to really break down the price chart without any form of indicators or what the candles are saying. Because if you're gonna say the candles are there to represent the movement or emotions in the market, you should be able to read it. Otherwise, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, right? So I'm gonna go to a price chart. So right now, market sentiment is how the way the market moves, right? And you should be able to break down a price chart by just looking at it without any form of indicators. Now, indicators should be able to help and enhance your thing quickly. For example, I have indicators more on my phone because when I grab my phone, the screen is smaller and I want to see what's going on and, at a quicker pace. Now, usual market sentiment, right? The market moving three ways. Up. Let me erase that. They have up, sideways, down. You can see a little sideways here, then more down, then sideways again, and then up. So that's market sentiment. That's basically it. The market move up, it moves sideways, it moves down, and it moves up again. All right? So one should really know what they're doing in the market. Now, the reason why I said you should be able to look at the market, and if you're thinking about trading as a profession, this right here is the most important thing. If you notice, every chart, every platform, they give you only three things to work with. They give you the candlestick, the price, and the time. That's it. Now, we could add other stuff, for example, the RSI and all that you use. Like I said, indicators are used to enhance. It's just like you driving a car. Expect when you turn on the blinker, it's supposed to move the car, right? Because you're in control, right? It's the same thing here. I don't know why people tend to focus down here, doing calculations and do all the stuff down here. That's not needed. Now, as I said, not gonna pick on anyone, but I would like to break down a chart and really show, what's what, okay? Now, like I said, I saw someone post, I don't know who did it, they post an Heikkanashi chart, which is a very powerful chart. But I'm pretty sure they didn't break it down like this, because I saw they had a whole bunch of stuff on there, and me could hardly make out the chart. If the person who posted the chart, the Heikkanashi and stuff, if you're willing to step up and say, you let me know now so I can understand your chart. But what if I think that I go on the chart? I can't understand. So I'm gonna try to get a simple way. As I could break down a candlestick chart, but I'm gonna just to the mere fact that the person uses a Heikkanashi, which you can use Heikkanashi, but I'm just gonna show you if you're all around, you're supposed to be able to adapt, right? So I got the Heikkanashi chart, because I don't want people to use stuff for them don't understand to use. Okay? Now I go to the chart and break it down. If I'm losing a body, just let me know which part to stop or which part I understand. Now, this is the gold chart, right? I've posted a lot of things that I anticipate what I'm gonna do with gold. And if any of you guys know, some of you might be new, I'm always ahead. Try to keep one step ahead of the chart. That's how I trade. I try to keep ahead of what, anticipate what's about to happen. For me, trading is like almost planning on anything else, like war or anything else, you're planning it out. So we're gonna go through it. So the first is I can actually, they had a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna just break it down now. All right. First thing I see, price went up, got rejected, come down. We went sideways, and now we're attempting again. But you break down the chart, right? Now you're a buyer going up here, right? It sell off, come back. Okay.
I can ask a question.
Go ahead.
The candles mean the same thing as with a candlestick chart,
All
like the
right.
body and
So
the
good question. I can actually show trend. Okay.
Okay.
In some sense, yes. When you get experience, yes, it kind of means the same thing. But I can actually show when there's a hold up in the trend. For example, here, when you see a uptrend and there's no wicks at the bottom of these candles, they mean you're in a strong uptrend. You understand? If you notice, there's no wicks, no wicks, no wicks, no wicks, no wicks, no wicks at the bottom. Okay. You start getting the wicks when there's momentum being slowed, right? Same thing. So now with the opposite, when it's a downtrend, there's no wicks to the top. You start getting wicks here, so momentum is slowing, but it still start to push down. Now, how the way a lot of people trade Akanashi is like, for example, you see this no wicks, you see a one red candle. If you see another red candle, then the momentum is slowing and you start going sideways. Okay? Now with the selling, you see it start get slower, you start having wicks on both ends. That's when you know buyers are stepping in. You have one green candle, a follow through, sellers attempt again, but look at it. It's no longer momentum like this with no wicks. You got wicks at top, wicks at bottom, wicks top with bottom, and the breakout. You understand? It's a different way to trade it, but it kind of means the same. Okay? But I'm gonna show you without even you technically, you have to know how to read the candlestick, but I'm gonna break it down and kind of get an easy way of it. Okay? So I'm gonna do this off of the fly from when me say that's experience. Okay? We're gonna mark up the chart. So we say we're up, we went down, we went side, and now like we'll go back up. Okay? But how the move happened, how it really play out, and how would you plan for all that moves? Okay, cool. We had a downtrend, the downtrend came down, the downtrend start out right here. So that's where you put your first. Okay, you break out right here. Okay, so that's one. Now, if you pay attention, I'm on what's called a quarterly chart. Each candle represents 3 months. That's how far I start my trading from. Okay, I'm on a quarterly chart. Okay, so we can see the dominant. This is where the downtrend came and the uptrend looked like it wanted to begin. If you notice, this candle right here basically acted as a doji, right? So that's where you had the indecision. So if you notice, that's where my support and resistance is. Okay? So we could use that as that. Now, what we could also do, because we start having a lot of wicks on the bottom side right here, so we can use this as a mid-range. So what you want to do, you use the wick, upper wick, lower wick, on the body of the candle, because it line up also with the wicks that came in and create a V, not really a V bottom, but like a cup bottom. Okay, this is where basically when they said cup bottom is basically where momentum starts slowing from one side to the other. So it starts slowing down from the selling to the buying. Okay. All right. So we're done with the quarterly chart. So remove. Now for me, this is a lot of information, right? This is a lot. This give me a whole heap of information right here alone. If I was trading this, I could do something like this from the same wick going up here, right? So that's a resistance zone, right? I could scroll down to my monthly chart now, right? And a matter of fact, let me go back to my quarterly chart because I'm just going to do everything. So this is for the lower end. Now, if I think price is going to go lower, I could say, okay, this is where we had a change in sentiment right here with this candle right here. Remove that right here. And where do we have the change of sentiment above? Right here. Okay, where we had another resistance zone now, right here, and the final zone all the way up here. Okay, everybody get that? That makes sense, Tuna?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll go to the monthly chart, right? Now look at this. We came up, come up, we break lower, we'll come back to this resistance here, and we retest from underneath, then fall below and we break out, right? We don't even need this, but I take it off for now, right? So that's that. We're on the monthly chart now. So say you're on the monthly chart, you say, okay, where do we go from here? All right. So the first thing you'll do is say, okay, did you miss anything from the quarterly to the monthly? You can say, yeah, you can fill in this. You can say, okay, we did this right here. So I'm gonna highlight, I'm gonna use like I'm using a white line for the monthly resistance, right? We don't need to really do nothing more. So we'll say, okay, we'll go down to the weekly. We'll see on the weekly. Now, I traded this chart, right? And at one point, I said, okay, we might get a lower push down if we break below these lower or can clear these highs, right? So this is how you look on it now. So you come to your weekly chart, right? I don't need to see anything else from the left again because we already established sentiment. Market went up on these sentiment. These lines, these support, resistance, supply, demand, whatever you want to call it, you make a name for it, you call it. But these are what basically change direction or alter direction for the price chart. Wrong or right? All right. So we have those already set. Now where we're looking to go. One can say, okay, all right, you have the sentiment. If price is down here, right? Price is here. Say price was here, right? You expect this to try to play as a support, right? So you have a couple ways you could have do it. You could have said, okay, we could have thrown a trend line from there to there. This is also a flag, right? Wait for the break and you go up. Now your target would have been right here. So this is where the next sentiment is. The market always have a destination. Always have a price in mind. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? All right, so we're there right there. So okay, you get to support there. And even if you had Fibonacci, you could probably confluence with it right here. I'm pretty sure you get like 50%. Right? Okay. Remove. All right, so you get a bounce and you go up. You go up and you see price go up, okay? You can see the uptrend again. You're using Hakanachi. You can see the uptrend. So what you'll do, you can do that too. Okay, or even if you don't want that close, you can do that. Okay, now we're looking at the weekly now to see where weekly alteration is. Okay, where things stop for the weekly. One can make a case is we have one right here, one right here. Okay, now we also, if you can't make it out, I could see one, but I'm gonna go to the daily chart so we can see it a little bit clearer. So we're at the daily chart now. Okay, we come onto the daily chart, we could see that there's sentiment change right here, that bounce on the trend line, sentiment change right here, that bounce on the trend line. So we'll highlight the weekly support, resistance, or whatever you want to call it. I'll put that in a purple. We're gonna put that in purple. Okay. All right. So now you're in your trend. You're trading the chart. You're trading the chart. you're watching sentiment. Now, a lot of people say, well, how you know this is going up? Remember, you had a 50% retracement from the weekly here. And if you use Fibonacci, you know you're going to have a target. So, but either way, you never know that. It's simple. You could still do it. You could still throw another trend line within the trend line and do like that. And guess what? You'll still have another 50 or 61.8%. See right here, 38.2. See that? Continuation move. Okay? So that's one way, but that's in the past, right? Remove. Okay, so price went up here. We came down, right? So remember, this trend line is guiding you, right? So you say, okay, we have above resistance, and keep in mind, we already, and we'll go to the weekly, we already have a destination where we want the price to look to go up from the monthly chart, right? Remember, we have these here and we have these here. I'm not even gonna mark them off now. But we could go back to the daily. So now you're at the daily, right? Now you have your trend line, price keep going up, it tries bounce from here, you could create another trend line just to continue watching momentum. You could see, again, using Hakanashi, you can see where price momentum starts slowing here. You got wicks, and then dive, okay? Same thing here, keep going up. You gotta stop in momentum here. Remember, I tell you, you get one opposite candle followed by another one, it's mean really slowing momentum. You get your pop, break your trend line. And this right here would have been a retest. If you're gonna regular candle, you'll see where it pop up, come down, retest your trend line. You know that if that's happening, it's breaking down. Your other target would have been the other trend line below you, right? Which would be right here. Because this is it, you already have your support line drawn. Okay? Now, don't be afraid to throw up trend line and say, okay, if it break down, you can even do something like this. And watch it. Now, if it break back up, see, you break back up, see, this is now in a V pattern down. Okay? Basically, price is moving sideways now between the support and resistance that you're creating, right? We break down, but where we break down to? This is the weekly support line. See that? So you still expect, so even if price break down from here, you still have an expectation and say, okay, we're making lower lows, lower low, lower low, lower low. You do that. Okay? But at the same time, this is where price came in now. So price come here, getting support, you start to see where the candles change. You do something like this. Now look at what you're in. You're in a wedge. And if you know about wedge, it means extended move. So you have a wedge pattern right here. Price is in a wedge. Now it could break lower. Now it could break higher. Right? So you wait. Okay? This is plain support. And this is when I had mentioned that if price, I don't know if you guys were in the room and Darian had the session, but I tell them if price fail to break above, what was it, 82 at the time, right here, right? That I will go short, you know. If price failed to break here and go higher, I will go short. Now it came up, fail, right? But again, if you look at it now, the sentiment changed once it failed. You could create another support resistance within support resistance. And you will do that because this is still in the wedge pattern, right? So you take this right here. This move with this candle tell you a change in sentiment. Now you'll scroll down to your 4-hour chart. See? And what I would do, or what I did at the time, was this. then this. 50%, 61.8, 38.2. My target zone right here, right here. And where my target zone line up with? You want to line up with a confluence of sentiment that's already here, which is my line that I got going on right here. Right? So now we break out. We break out of the wedge. Right? We'll break out of the wedge right here. Okay? You can see the breakout, retest. It's clear as day. Breakout, retest. That's my entry, ride it long. First sentiment, all I'm have to do is keep watching price action to see if I don't break lower. Oh, I know I'm not breaking lower, simple. Right? Now, once price get here, because this is my sentiment at my first target zone, I need to know if it's gonna break lower to come back and retest this to go up. So what I'll do, I'll scroll down again for a lower time frame, which I don't need to, I'm just showing you guys what's what. See, we came to it, we break higher, we do the retest, price held. Price held right here. I may need a new target, but my next target is up here. And if you guys could scroll back and see, you can see the Telegram post that I make, all my targets that I have planned before it even happened. We keep riding, and at this point I'm just riding my trend line because price is giving me momentum. It's showing me market sentiment that I want to stay in it. Price went up, I start losing volume here. Okay, start going sideways. But again, with market sentiment, I'm not expecting that it's about to just drop out the sky, right? And also I expected to lose volume because now this trend line, we went up, we came below it, I expect a retest underneath it, right? So if I get a retest underneath it and I don't close now, you want to look for your hourly changing candle, okay? Which is right here. So you can give that another color. So we'll go to orange with that, all right? Okay, so now you expect, as long as price don't break out of this, we're not going lower yet. And also, if you need more confluence, then this is where your first test of the trend line, it break and come down, then you do this. Okay? We try to go higher. Again, with the hourly resistance and control, we went lower. But what we went lower to? We went lower to the other support. And then we broke out from here. See? We go into another wedge, right? And break out. We can remove those because I don't need them. Okay? So we'll break out from there. Now you break out from there. Your breakout point. Now I have my new target. And as we mentioned in the room, I have up to 1540, which we already hit it. And I had 1525, 1530, 1540, and 1525. And I've hit all my targets, right? But again, it's all about market sentiment and how the way the market moves. There's no reason for us to fight the market. Now, I have upper targets. Now, how I believe in my upper target is simple. Create another sentiment. I know that price wants to get up here to this line, right? And how it reacts when it gets to that line, simple. See, the first, let me remove that. Oh, come on, it's not properly. Right? So the first test, it tests the upper line. See, we got rejected, right? Came back, but I still know it wants to get there. The mere fact that it get here already, we want to get there. Now there's different techniques on what to use. I'm just using the basic stuff. This is, you know, ABC to me. You use back another control candle, which is right here. Bam, bam. Right? You see that control candle? You take the low of that, you bring it to the high where it make the trend line, and there's your target right there. 50% hold, 61.8. Price came down to it, and I'm up and running again. Now it might look messy to you because now I'm just not erasing the stuff then. But people, I haven't used one indicator to tell me none of this. If you can't do this with a price chart, you're in trouble. Okay? If you can't do this with a price chart, my friends, you have a lot of work to do. I'm just trying to break it. I'm not gonna sell you, say, you know, some get rich thing. If you can't do what I just did off the fly, you're in trouble. Right? Now I could switch back to my standard candle, and we could do the whole thing all over again. Right? You should be able to figure out sentiment. I could trade without the candle. A lot of time I use my line chart. It's the same thing, folks. Sentiment. Price went up. Base. It based here. Base here. Base here. And create a base and a zone right here. All this stuff needs to be second nature. You need to be able to run through your charts like there's no tomorrow. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, there. You can just do it on the regular candles instead of that most I will use.
Man, this is a regular candle. Well,
as in not the line chart.
Sorry. Okay. But I'm gonna show you. I'm using a line chart. And you can see the regular candles now.
Yeah.
But that's about to be my time, guys. But like, this is the exercise where you need to, you guys have to need to know to do this stuff, because did somebody say something?
Oh, well, for me, the question I just verified when you said the sentiment is, it is what was the, how you pick out the sentiment in terms of you had like a particular candle, or is just the peak?
Well, not just peak. It's more to it, but basically how the way a price chart moves. Okay, because you can see forex don't well not forex, but candles represent stuff. The price chart represents stuff in the sense of, from looking at this is a sentiment candle right here, right? This is where a major move happened from. So even if I just did this, this is where another major move happened from, right? This is where another major move happened from, right?
Yeah.
So I can do this now. I'm still up on my quarter chart. Now I could go down to my weekly. And from the weekly, I could go down, I could do this. Now I could go down to my daily. You can't see the wedge, but I'm gonna tighten it up more. That's the wedge, right?
Yeah.
You break out the wedge. This is a retest candle right here, where you can go down to the 4-hour chart and see clearer. You break out to the wedge, boom, clear to the wedge. This is your sentiment candle right here. If you're using fibs, right here, break to the high. See the connection right there, come up to the target. This is another sentiment candle that break and held the trend line on the way up. If you do from here, that's your target, that's your target, that's your target, that's your target, and you're done. And then you use the same sentiment candle. One right there. It fell below. This one held right there. Still going up. This one is right there. So this is the homework. I mean, everyone has to challenge themselves in a new year to read the price chart. That's the easiest I can tell you. Okay, read the price chart. The price chart tell you everything. Once you can identify and master reading this, you don't need no clutter, no worry about things. Find market sentiment is what you need to know. And when you know that, you'll be set. You know, that's the best I could put it. Where you know you guys need to really focus on just understanding the chart and what moved the chart. Okay, that's one of the main things that. Go ahead. Boy, I can't be in the area.
Oh, you know my thing already. You know, book where you can tell them to go and read between time.
I'll be honest with you. One book I've ever read or listened to, and it's Trading in the Zone. There's no book. To me, yes, they can. I'll be lying because I'm not reading another book. You understand?
I even tell them to read that then because many children don't read none that.
Yeah, you know, because the biggest thing is you need to be able to get ahead of the chart. For example, even with this GBP, JPY, I enter this trade. Can you imagine how much on the art I beat out on the chest for the price I come down to a zone where you have pre-plan and buy it right here while the price is coming down? How much of you can just do that and just believe in your chart? As you can see my chart right here, this is a quarterly chart. Look for my zone there from way out. Look for my buy order there from way out. Right? And now we're having this type of thing going on right now, right here. And this is my daily buy order zone retest, coming back retest. So, you know, getting up every day, a search and try and make 30, 50 pip. I mean, we have to start somewhere, but that's not trading because the banks are not doing that. The banks are saying, hey, we want to buy right here, and here we're there, wait for buy. That's it. Price come back to it. Right? We come out, we break out, we come back here. You still can show another trend line. Right? You can even throw it from here. It's kind of, you know, after a while, you guys have to look for, you know, you have to learn to read the price chart. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to try come out with something to really help folks identify what the chart is really saying. Because a lot of people get so caught up in the myth of, you know, trend, the indicators and all this stuff. Yeah, indicator work and it worked fine. Do what it said to do. It indicate. You understand? But indicate what? Or me know so when price come here that I could buy it. Well, for one, it in Amazon, right? It in Amazon. Then if I'm using the indicator, right? It come to my trend line. If I'm using the indicator now, the indicator is below, which I never like saying that. And you take the trade, go up. No, we can even switch to my stochastic or whatever, but realistically, I don't need indicator to tell me that. Right? Price is coming back now to a sentiment zone. You have a divergent. People say, oh man, it's a divergent. Look, you know, RSI, that's why you took the trade. Really? No. I took the trade because it's coming back to a zone I have pre-planned from before that coincides with my sentiment. So yes, I'll short it right there. I don't need the RSI to tell me that. You understand me? And if that not work, then you say, okay, then it's a Fibonacci zone. Yeah, 50%. So just everyone challenge yourself to try and learn market sentiment, learn price action, learn market movement. You know, and this work on any chart, anything you're trading. If you know this, you'll know how to trade. Period. You don't need nothing extravagant. You don't need no program, no EMA, no DMA, nothing. Right? You don't need none of that. Right? These are all my chart markup. These are just like my message chart right here, but you know, those are my futures contract. You know, people saying Tesla going up and stuff. I mean, no Tesla going up. Tesla's supposed to be up to 450. Right? Yeah, Tesla going up. Yeah, going up. See? You went to one of my zone, come in, going up to the next one. This is my target above. So it's just, you know, just learn the market sentiment, guys. Now, anybody got any quick question? I'm about to run out of time. So any quick question? Can I get an understanding of what I'm trying to say?
All right, for the one ID of the same gold chart ID markup, if you can go back to it.
But clear it out, but this is a gold chart right here.
Oh, all right, because they mark up the particular zone where it actually they coming back to where they pre-plan already. Yeah, they have two trend line, I think. Yeah, they have about two trend line. One they broken already, another one, and then you have the second one which they go towards.
So
but it lower than the zone.
You can, there's a few trend line that you can actually take right now. You can say, okay, from here to here, right? You can take one from here to here, right?
Yeah, upon the daily you there. I don't want to specifically on this. Yeah.
Let's go into the daily. You can do one from here to here. Right? So we already have a breakout, so we don't even need this. Let me go down to the 4 hour.